To the west coast of India run parallel the Western Ghats approximating 1600 kilometers. Ranking in the top 10 biodiversity hotspots of the world, these support thousands of flowering plants, hundreds of mammals, birds, amphibians, insects, with the less explored arachnids, the spiders. Often unnoticed, these creatures are found in almost every place in this world. Spiders, like any other living thing, have to struggle for survival. For this, they have developed many tactics, skills, and have made tremendous adaptations, not only for their own existence, but also for the species' survival. Across the world, there are many spider families and thousands of species. Each family of spiders has their own specialty. It is interesting to observe them and explore the world, visible yet unnoticed around us. Here in India, in the Western Ghats, are found thousands of these species. Some are web builders, others are hunters, and few of them form the primitive category. Skills of the spider are utilized and modified mainly for food procurement, generally insects. The cob weaver constructs irregular webs to trap prey. Its silk is not very sticky, but the uneven web structure prevents the prey from escaping. The spider injects the venom, causing the prey to paralyze. At the same time, it wraps the prey with silk from its spinnerets. Repetitive attacks may be made if one bite is not sufficient. A similar technique of uneven webs is adopted by the Pholcidae family, like the daddy-long-leg species. As the prey gets caught, the stinging, wrapping, and sucking by the spider follows. These daddy-long-legs often dwell in colonies, leading to fights for survival. Various species of the Araneae family or the orb weaver spiders are seen near human dwellings on open grasslands and meadows, where insects are abundant in number. Their symmetrical webs are inspiration for architects. After web building gets completed, the orb weaver positions himself in the center, allowing it access to all the silk strands of the web, thereby tapping vibrations of its prey. The moment the insect is caught, the spider rushes, breaks free some of the silk strands of the web and wraps the prey, simultaneously injecting its digestive juice, the venom. It takes some time for the venom to make the prey the spider's perfect meal. Hence, it may need to wait for some time till it can suck up the partly liquefied insect. A funnel web spider constructs webs with a lot of silk on or near ground level to trap crawling or walking insects. The web cast is funnel-shaped and generally reused a number of times. They normally wait at the entrance of the funnel for the prey. While awaiting a meal, this funnel spider lands up catching a frog and takes it to its home. To its surprise, stings have no impact on the amphibian, and astonished, it lets the prey go. The frog's escape could be due to its thick skin, making it difficult for the spider to inject venom. The Western Ghats are home to a number of six-legged beauties, the butterflies. These attractive insects too are vulnerable to being the spider's prey. They fall trapped in big webs like that of the signature spider. Though they get caught in sticky webs, there are chances that they may escape. So, the signature web builder needs to be quick and wrap the prey with huge amounts of silk. Its venom being comparatively milder, it needs to use both venom and silk in tandem. Here, the butterfly was not ready to surrender and was making valiant attempts of escape. This struggle and movement attracted an unwanted predator, the garden lizard. Its attempt was to grab a ready-made morsel from the spider. However, the spider was more lucky, and hence the lizard went away empty stomach. On this end, the butterfly finally succumbed. Another family of spiders is the Nephilidae, wherein the giant wood species constructs huge webs, sometimes ranging up to a few meters. The massive usage of silk by the Nephila forces it to use its web through the entire season. This species resides in the highly humid regions of the Western Ghats. With this climate, there is abundant flowering and airborne insects, so Nephilas feast on bees and moths. These giant wood species are very careful about the maintenance of their web. They keep it neat and tidy to preserve its durability. Deceiving prey by replicating its look is a very fascinating technique used by some spiders, mainly from the family of Salticidae. Hunters by nature, they have a good eyesight, helping them to catch prey from a distance. However, the advantage of becoming the look-alike of the prey is an opportunity to get close and deceive the prey. Like this is an ant, we can see from its features that this is an insect. Now watch this carefully. This is not an ant, but an ant-mimic spider. The palps look like the ant's jaw, and the front legs are waved like antennae. Many a times, Salticidae are found in our homes, where they become opportunistic feeders, helping us in pest control by eating insects like cockroaches. Along with the usage of venom, they also have the strength to carry prey larger than their own body size. For this family, camouflaging is another tactic to carry on in nature. With the advent of monsoon comes the rainy season in the Western Ghats. Turning the landscape into lush greens. The area gets covered with beds of flowers. Hundreds of different flower varieties are found here in these mountains. Along with the flowers come the pollinators, making it an attractive destination for the Thomisidae family of spiders, also known as crab spider. The similarity in looks and the sideways movement is what gives them this name. With the front pair of legs spread in action, the crab spider awaits on flowers. Some species have the ability to gradually change colors to match with the surroundings, to become one with them. This allows them to catch prey and grants protection from predators. Unaware of the presence of the predatory spider, these nectar feeders get trapped in spite of their large size. The Western Ghats are typically tropical, hot and humid, suiting a variety of amphibians that emerge specifically during monsoon. Much to the liking of the primitive mygalomorphs, especially the tarantulas. The places of abode of these species are typically burrows constructed a little above ground level or even trees. Poor eyesight is their constraint, so they are seen sitting at the entrance with their frontal legs touching the thin silk line. With this, they judge the movement of prey and if touched, emerge from the burrow. In nature, it is a common rule that every species struggles to find its food. Different species have developed their own means of catching prey and surviving. However, along with just their own individual survival, they need to achieve a more important object of their being, that is reproduction and species survival. Right from the bigger and the more powerful ones to the smaller ones, we find different ways of exercising parental care. These arachnids too are not an exception. Varied spider families have different ways of finding a mate. Often, in case of jumping spiders, one may find displays and clear competition of males to possess the female. This is because of their good eyesight. After mating is complete, depending on the spider species, the female lays eggs that can be a single one or even thousands. Abdominal movements are observed in the Pholcidae female just before the egg-laying process. After a few hours, the female first ejects the egg sac from her epigyme. In that protective cover, she immediately lays eggs. After a while, a grape-like structure, that is the egg sac, is formed. The female allows it to dry for some time, then spins a thin coat of silk on it through her spinnerets. This egg sac then is held by the Pholcidae female in her jaws for around a week. After this, the eggs hatch, giving them a slight white appearance. Even after the eggs hatch, the spiderlings keep clinging to the sac to feed on the yolk till they grow up a little. The patience and the perseverance of the mother results in the development of the spiderlings, such that now they begin to separate and disperse. This process of separation and dispersal takes a couple of hours. Even on separation from the cluster, the spiderlings don't go very far off till the molting process is complete. After this, they move towards adulthood, leading their individual lives. The reproductive process is more or less similar in other species of these arachnids. However, the type of egg sacs and parental care may vary. The Certophoras make elongated egg sacs that may be multiple in numbers and guard these. Crab spiders, on the other hand, make cocoon-like structures in which they stay on guard for their egg sac and spiderlings. In other species, similar protective covers may be used for their offspring. Multiple leaves may be stuck together with silk for protecting the next generation. Another sincere and caring mother of the family Lycosa carries her egg sac wherever she goes. This is attached near her rear legs. When the eggs hatch and spiderlings come out, they crawl on their mother's back and the female carries them with her for few more days. In the widow family, the female makes multiple egg sacs in safe places like a crevice, where they are hung with silk strands and are supervised by the mother. If the female senses danger, she may carry the egg sac to the interior and safe area of her home. In spiders, the parental care is mostly the job of the female. Even though there may be hundreds of spiderlings, only a few may survive till they attain adulthood. An adult spider, too, is not free from threats. Threats may even be seen in cases where spiders have evolved to live together like the social ones that stay together, hundreds in number, but still face attacks of predation from birds and larger insects. Ants specifically can be very dangerous for the spider if they are confronted in large numbers. They may attack and kill the spider. Parasitic mites are another area of vulnerability. They take the spider as a host, like the red mites, who may become a parasite on spiders. These devour the spider from within, and in a few days, the spider dies. Another deadly threat for a spider comes from the spider of another species. Interspecies killing can be observed like a jumping spider killing a daddy-long-leg. These arachnids also risk losing a body part in predatory or competitive fights, hampering their abilities. In spite of threats, the spider is one of the most successful arachnids. Overall, their world has thousands of unexplored secrets. These can only be known by research that can help not only the human world but also this inspiring spider.